I just say it.
Welcome to Danu on Fire. Today we're checking out Long Feng here at Cinnamon Lakeside. And on the show today we're going down under to speak to Miss Australia. Welcome to Danu on Fire, right here on Hi TV, your luxury channel. Today we're at Long Feng. We're checking out Cinnamon Lakeside once again, and with me I have someone who has been brought down to Sri Lanka to enjoy the sun-kissed island, but at the same time she holds a very interesting title. She is Miss Australia. Little she knows I won Miss Sri Lanka long years ago. How are you, Karlee?
I'm good, thank you. How are
And
you?
you know that we have had so many title holders in our country. So I always say, like, you know, in another few years, I could say I also want
Yes,
one.
worth a try.
Yeah. Karlee Davis, correct?
That's correct.
You know, have you ever heard of it in Tamil? Like Tamil is an Indian language and Sri Lankan
No, I
language.
don't think I actually have.
It's Karlee Devi. It's
Oh,
also
really?
like Karlee Davis.
Okay.
And then when I first heard it, I was like, oh.
Sounds good.
So you are here on a little holiday plus getting your wardrobe sorted,
Yes,
correct?
that's right, yes.
Okay, so let's go back in time. What part of Aussie are you from?
Melbourne.
Oh, we are all there. You have a huge Sri Lankan community there.
Yeah, Melbourne's a good place. There's
Yeah.
always lots happening.
And do you have any Sri Lankan friends? Have you sort of reached out about Sri Lanka? Have you?
Well, no, I'm here with my mum on the trip.
Right.
And she was born here.
Then fine. We have made this conversation much shorter than.
So yeah, it was funny when we arrived at the airport, her passport would have said Colombo. But she hadn't been back since we literally got here yesterday.
That's amazing. All right, so Karlee's here because she's getting her wardrobe sorted by a Sri Lankan designer who I've actually featured on the show as well. Tell me about this connection and what sort of made you come all this way to get this outfit done for your show.
Well, yeah, I feel like it was kind of meant to be. When me and Kushan met last year, I was preparing for Miss Tourism International
Right.
and getting my national costume sorted, and I got recommended Kushan. And then we became quite good friends, and then I won the title Miss Tourism Global. And then now he's just been designing things. I've been kind of working alongside with him with a few collaborations. So it's been really nice to have someone close with you and work together.
That's amazing. So hold on, you have won Miss Australia last year.
Yeah, so Miss Tourism Australia, and then I went to Malaysia to compete in the international competition, where I then won the title Miss Tourism Global.
Wow. So you won the two big steps.
Yes.
And that's remarkable. When you were growing up, were you a girl who loved pageants?
I think I always watched shows when I was younger, looking up to those really young girls in the
Yeah.
pageants, but they seemed a bit crazy on those TV shows. But yeah, I think I've always been quite active at sport and singing, dancing, acting when I was younger. And then it kind of just happened only in the last few years, I would say. I've got into the pageants in Australia, and then luckily enough got chosen for the international one last year.
Right. Have you contested for the World Pageant, Universe Pageant?
Yeah, I was doing Miss World last year.
Yeah.
And then Miss Universe as well, but with COVID, some of them kind of all been a bit delayed.
Yeah.
So we couldn't do as many activities as what normally you do. So yeah, it was luckily I could go internationally last year because of all the stopping with everything. So
Yeah.
that was good.
Like, who is someone who you have idolized as one of those beauty pageant title holders?
I think Jennifer Hawkins is an Australian icon, and she won Miss Universe. Oh, it was quite a while ago
Yeah,
now.
I know.
Now, yeah, she's like older now, and she has her own brand and everything. So I think now, like everyone, a lot of people are trying to do the pageants and everything in Australia, but it's nice to look up to those legend icons like her, which is nice.
What do you hope to achieve now? When you say Miss Global, what does it stand for?
Well, I think internationally,
It's more an international relationship kind of a
yeah,
title.
with tourism. So
Yeah.
I think it fits me quite well because I am really into traveling and promoting tourism when I go to different countries, which is nice. So I've just been in Europe actually for the past 2 months traveling. So it's been nice going to each country, learning their culture and language. So it does quite fit me well, I think.
That's amazing because Sri Lanka, we fundamentally believe in tourism as a key DNA to sort of keep everyone coming. So it's amazing that you sort of took your time to make a visit, although it's for the wardrobe. We still get a chance to like have you here.
Yes.
Yeah. So what have you heard about Sri Lanka? I'm sure, is this your first time?
Yes, my first time, yeah.
Although your mum has
But
born here.
she left when she was 8, so
Okay.
we'll see how much she can remember over the next week when we go to a few places. But yeah, my grandparents, her parents, they lived here, I guess, most of their life until they went to Australia. Yeah.
In this whole pageant world, I'm sure there can be a lot of drama.
Yeah, a little bit, but yeah.
How do you manage drama?
I feel like everyone has always been quite nice in the Australian ones, always very congratulating.
Although they're like,
But sometimes, I guess, you do make your friends that are more closer. I did go visit Miss Sweden in my Europe trip,
Okay.
so that was nice. We became quite close from the
Yeah.
Malaysia trip. So you definitely do become closer with some people, then some people are more into winning it.
Yeah.
So I guess not everyone can win. So
yeah.
there's a few
Was it in your
upset
mind that
people.
you will snatch that crown, you'll somehow make it?
I was kind of just, we were there for 3 weeks, so by the end of it, I was just really glad with the outcome of the trip, making
Yeah.
friends. Miss Tourism is about friendship as well, so
Correct.
it was nice.
And those alliances that you make with the other countries, that
Yeah.
sort of creates more value to what you have won.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, we're going to be speaking to this beautiful girl when we do come back. Do stick around. This is at Cinnamon Lakeside. They've given this a brand new look. It looks beautiful. We'll see you after. Thank you to our sponsors, Flowers by M. Ceylon. Well, good news. In Sydney, Australia, they have their biggest branch.
Really?
Yeah, so when you travel by Sydney, you could get some flowers for you. Now they're located here. They've come back with 40 years of experience and so much more, providing solutions for any place to come alive with their fine work. More details on Flowers by Salon when you do visit them at Havelock and come to know about what you can pick and choose from a range that is so big. And these flowers are for our Miss Australia today. I think this is a very common factor in your life. Flowers and sashes.
Yeah, I love flowers.
There you
It's
go.
my love language.
Oh. All right, so do check out Flowers by Salon. Thank you for joining us on Danu on Fire. Everyone wants something bigger and better. Well, you can now check out the flagship store at XXL. Thank you for joining us on Danu on Fire. Now, they have everything under one roof. It's all produced here. It's a complete Sri Lankan brand, giving you so much more reason to be proud about this brand. And at the same time, you can check out their other branch, which is at One Golf Face. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Havelock City Mall, my happy place.
I just say it.
Welcome back to the show. We are speaking to Miss Australia. So we wanted to speak about she winning this international title and having this little connection to Sri Lanka as well. And her first visit here, although mum has left Sri Lanka when she was just 8. So both of you are literally tourists, sort of exploring the city. I wanted to ask you, so you have done international relationship. That's your education?
Oh yes, public relations and business.
And that's amazing. So you have wanted to like sort of get into things that sort of are relevant with your title as well.
Yes, I think it's worked well with the business side of things, and then social media now being a part of business. And then during the pageant as well, we had to do a lot of social media incorporating. So it all works really well, and I found it easier.
Yeah. In terms of, I just want to know, how big are pageants in Australia?
I feel like definitely after going to Malaysia, they're definitely bigger, I would say, in Asia than Australia.
Right.
But if you're selected to be one of the top pageant holders in Australia, you do get considered well known. So then when you go internationally, you are more recognised.
And what are the things that tend to open up during this time? Like, do you get contracts? Do you get featured? Like, are people, do they go through the whole gaga moment every time they see someone who has a title with their name?
Well, yeah, referring back to what I just said, I think definitely it is more recognised in Asia. But with modelling and social media presence, I think it all comes into play for Australian, I guess, fans. And
yeah. Well, Australia is so multicultural. There's so many people from all parts of the world living. Have you got a chance to sort of experience different cultures? It's like living in a place where the world has been just brought to one. So you sort of get a chance to flavor everything at the same time.
Yeah, I feel like most of my friends are half something, half another nationality.
Yeah.
Well, that's like me as well. So I'm Sri Lankan, Dutch, and Australian.
Right.
So I think a lot of people, their grandparents or somewhere along the way are from a different country, which is nice. They can have a bit of culture because I guess Australia is more English based. So it's nice to have a bit of culture, and we have every type of food. So we have lots of options, which is always nice.
I always wonder in terms of the new modern changes that the world is going through, social media, as someone who can advocate for greater causes, do you feel there is an ounce of things that you have to keep in mind, especially the young ones, about social media and how it's used?
Yeah, I feel like it's very saturated with social media these days. I think lots of young kids are getting their iPad tablets and everything very young, which I didn't have when I was younger, which was nice to just...
That is Sri Lankan mum?
It was nice just having, I think, just the basic TV shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think definitely...
But do you feel idolizing and looking at people looking phenomenal on the gram, so well put together with toned bodies and flawless faces. Like, what is the mental, the level of confidence for the youth in Australia today?
Yes, well, I feel like it's probably not the best for the younger generation. Going into high school, I feel like they probably would have high standards for themselves, and I guess with their bodies changing during that age of puberty, it's a bit difficult for them to navigate. So I feel like it's probably best for everyone to get into their heads more that Instagram and social media is just a highlight reel, and no one's really posting their ups, like the downs all the time.
Yeah.
So they need to realize people probably just using some sort of like filters, or like not everyone looks exactly how they are sometimes, or their life as well.
Yes.
So I feel like for teens, definitely it would be more beneficial for them to understand that it's okay to just be themselves growing up, and no one has to be perfect, and everyone gets pimples or just basic things like that.
Are you a foodie?
Food, yes. Yeah, I feel like Melbourne's probably the best place to be a foodie in Australia. There's definitely
so much to choose from.
Yes, I feel like a lot of my favourite is Asian fusion, and we have lots of nice restaurants to go for cocktails and nice Asian fusion food.
This is Asian fusion. You know, when we
Yes.
have Chinese like Sri Lankans like Chinese.
But then, it's good because you can, whatever you feel like, Mexican or Italian, there's always somewhere local that you can go to get takeaway or go for a restaurant with your friends. So it's nice being able to try lots of food without having to travel, as much as I do love to travel and go to the actual country
when
and try
you're in the
their
mood,
food.
you know, you just want to have it quickly. But are you someone who likes to eat and work out, or you're on a diet? Just asking for personal health.
I feel like I'm pretty active, but being away overseas the last 2 months, I was only walking, but walking is very good for you for doing lots of steps each day. But I normally do like hot Pilates, or I'm training at the moment when I get back for a half marathon in October. So I feel like I enjoy different types of exercise, and then it gives you, I guess, a bit more leeway to indulge every now and then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Good. You're the right place. This show is all about indulging. Long Feng is where we are. You can check out their menus for some amazing treats that you can indulge in as well. We need to get into a break. We'll see you on the other side with Miss Australia. Thank you to our sponsors, Flowers by M. Ceylon. Well, good news. In Sydney, Australia, they have their biggest branch.
Really?
Yeah, so when you travel by Sydney, you could get some flowers for you. Now they're located here. They've come back with 40 years of experience and so much more, providing solutions for any place to come alive with their fine work. More details on Flowers by M. Ceylon when you do visit them at Have a Look and come to know about what you can pick and choose from a range that is so big. And these flowers are for our Miss Australia today. I think this is a very common factor in your life. Flowers and sashes.
Yeah, I love flowers.
There you
It's
go.
my love language.
Oh. All right, so do check out Flowers by M. Ceylon. Thank you for joining us on Danu on Fire. Everyone wants something bigger and better. Well, you can now check out the flagship store at XXL. Thank you for joining us on Danu on Fire. Now, they have everything under one roof. It's all produced here. It's a complete Sri Lankan brand, giving you so much more reason to be proud about this brand. And at the same time, you can check out their other branch, which is at One Golf Face. Thank you for joining us. Have a show.
Havelock City Mall, my happy place.
I just say it.
Welcome back to the show, our final segment on Danu on Fire, speaking to the reigning Miss Australia. And tell me about the winning moment. We actually have a clip as well. How was it?
It was really exciting. A bit nervous, but a lot of people back home which was supporting, which was nice.
And how many were contesting?
There was, I can't remember, 40 something countries.
And there were 4 pageants, 4 titles.
Yeah, I think this year I just recently saw 50, so they must have got a few more countries for this year, but I think it was in the late 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so quite a lot of countries, which was nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have all been waiting for, the announcement of our 5 title winners. Starting with our Miss Tourism Global 2023. Our Miss Tourism Global 2023 goes to... She is Australia!
Congratulations to Australia, and to present this award, I would like to invite our President, Tan Sri Dato' Danny Uy, to sash, and Miss Crystal Huang, our Miss Tourism Global 2022 from Singapore to crown, and our organizing partner, Miss Sheila Liao, up on stage. Congratulations once again to Australia, our new Miss Tourism Global 2022. Right now, I would like to invite Tan Sri Dato' Danny Uy to sash Miss Tourism Global 2022. Congratulations once again to Australia, our new Miss Tourism Global 2022. And right now, our President, Tan Sri Dato' Danny Uy, is sashing our new winner. And of course, I would like to invite Miss Crystal Huang, our Miss Tourism Global 2022, to crown our new winner. Once again, a very big congratulations to Australia, our new Miss Tourism Global 2022. Looking absolutely stunning in red.
What a beautiful crown.
Indeed, indeed.
Shining and shimmering.
For a moment there, I thought you were going to continue singing.
I wanted to.
But what a beautiful winner. She is stunning. She is our Miss Australia, and she nailed perfectly during the Q&A segment. Don't you think so?
Well deserved, Weena. She did a great job throughout the completion of the pageant. What an amazing performance. Well deserving of our Miss Tourism Global 2023. I'm very excited to see her campaign throughout the calendar year of 2023 going onwards to 2024.
And right now I would like to invite Ms. Sheila Liao to present the trophy, and this is the best time to snap away.
In terms of life, do you feel this has sort of changed you in some way?
Definitely with more like growth and confidence. I think all the pageants, even doing them a few years ago when I was younger, you can just look back on and see how much I've grown as a person each year after year. And I think definitely an international pushes you to be able to grow that little bit extra, because we were there for 3 weeks, early morning wake-ups. I think a lot of people maybe not realised when they got there that it was very early, finishing late.
And
so
all in like heels and
so you do
fabulous.
get tired, but if you're really persistent and wanting to be there, you just enjoy it.
Was your mom and father supportive of this chosen side of you?
Yes, they actually are. Well, I guess being the only child as well, they extra proud.
Okay.
Like when these winning moments kind of happen. And
Are you daddy's
the
girl?
sash, maybe both. I have to be both. I have to be both because there's only one of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're both quite supportive with messages and everything, even though they couldn't be there on the actual night. But yeah, it was a wonderful moment being crowned.
Yeah, that's amazing to know that. You know, I'm sure as parent you really feel so proud to have your person just taking the moment. What's next for you when you go back, settle down after your reign is done? What are you going to look into?
Well, I definitely do enjoy travelling. I feel like people back home probably think I always am never in Melbourne.
Never in Melbourne.
But I think...
Did she win Miss Australia? Yeah, but where is she?
So yeah, I think I'm very interested for more international opportunities, which I hope to do. We're going into next year. I think once I get back, I can imagine the year's going to fly and it'll be Christmas and New Year's. So I think it'll be nice to be in Melbourne for Australian summer. But next year, I definitely want to do some more career goals with more international modelling and presenting and getting into more for my career now that I'm getting older.
Doesn't show at all, don't worry. Well, that's amazing, and I wish you only the best. And I really hope that you'll love Sri Lanka and you'll come back more often. There's so much to see here. You have seen our food, you might have tasted our food and seen our people in Aussie, but it's nothing like when you're in Sri Lanka. So thank you so very much for being here. And
Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely loved having you on the show. You look gorgeous. Big shout out to the designer, who is your friend. Would you like to say something about him?
Yes, Kushan is the best. He made this lovely dress today and started my international pageant journey with Miss Tourism, and I'm very grateful to have met him and for him to be a part of my journey.
All right.
Thanks for having me.
So on that note, we need to wrap things up. Thank you to Cinnamon Lakeside for hosting us today. Until we see you again, you keep smiling. It's a wrap.
Havelock City Mall, my happy place.